Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here today and for your interest in HISD, our schools, and our students. We're just one business day away from the start of the 2025-2026 school year, so we start on Tuesday. Our team will be working through the weekend to make sure that everything is ready to welcome our students back on Tuesday. And I'm incredibly proud to share that Houston ISD schools and students have achieved a historic level of success. In just 2 years, we have doubled the number of A and B campuses in Houston. Today, 75% of our students attend an A or B rated school, or will attend an A or B rated schools. And these excellent schools are spread across every neighborhood in our district. 2 years ago, only a third of our students had these opportunities. And 2 years ago, HISD had 121 D and F rated campuses. Now we have 0 F rated campuses and only 18 D rated campuses. So we had 56 F rated campuses 2 years ago, and now we have 0. Not a single family in HISD will send their child to an F rated school this year. So in HISD, geography is no longer destiny. And what that means is in all parts of HISD now, you have high-performing schools, A and B rated schools everywhere, and very few D rated schools and 0 F rated schools, unlike most urban districts. So again, HISD's geography and HISD geography no longer equals destiny. And these are more than just numbers. There are students' lives and their future opportunities at stake with us. Tens of thousands of students across Houston in every neighborhood now have a greater chance to be successful in their academic careers and opportunities after they graduate from high school, whether that's going to college or entering a high-skill, high-demand job. Our students have demonstrated their incredible potential. Our educators have worked incredibly hard, and our district has shown what is possible when adults do what is right for students. All of Houston should be proud of our students and schools. Let's celebrate our kids. Everybody should be celebrating our students and teachers on this remarkable success. So this is a time to rally behind our students and our schools so we can keep that momentum going and give every student the education that they deserve. So this is truly a remarkable accomplishment and one that our entire city should be proud of. And just again, when you see a student, give them a high five, whether they're in your neighborhood or not. When you're at Kroger's like me or somewhere like that, you see a student, just congratulate them and give them a high five. As our student success shows, we're a high-performing school district. But that extends beyond academic excellence to how we're approaching other critical operational areas. So let me provide some updates in those areas that are non-instructional or non-academic. So over the past several weeks, we've held a plethora of professional development sessions with our teachers and principals, enabling us to start the school year off strong with high-quality instruction on day one in all of our classrooms. High-quality instruction on day one. We've had another strong hiring season and are working hour to hour to close the remaining vacancies. In fact, we had some job interviews today for teachers, and I think we hired 20 more today. So that number will fluctuate until Tuesday. We'll give you the final number, but that number, just like last year, is low. Last year we had 28 vacancies at the start of the school year. Remember, we have 10,500 teachers, and we probably had fewer vacancies than any other district in the area last year, and we suspect it'll be the same this year. So our aim is to have a great teacher in every classroom on the first day of school. Over the last week, our schools have been hosting back-to-school events for families. This year, we made it a standard that every school hold a back-to-school event to ensure families in every neighborhood have the chance to meet their child's educators and get the year off started right for every family. Continuously improving communication remains a priority, of course. As part of our continuing effort to engage and partner with our families, all families have access to a streamlined communications tool called Parent Square. We'd like to remind all families to provide updated contact information by completing the annual student information update. So we have to have updated email, updated phone in order to communicate well. The link to do this is on our website and on our website landing page. HISD also has a new website to make two-way communications with our families easier than ever. And lastly, you can subscribe to HISD Now to get real-time, accurate, first-hand updates on HISD happenings throughout the week. Now, I know that's in competition with some of you, but it's a good source of information for our parents, families, and even you. So HISD Now. Our Sunrise Centers have been hosting back-to-school events, and it's been great to see so many partners step up to support our students and families at the Sunrise Centers. And you know, we opened another Sunrise Center just last week. We've been working hard to get all of our facilities ready for the start of the school year. Even though we've had many aging schools, we've invested in priority HVAC and building upgrades at many of our schools over this summer. Our operations team is standing by to make sure that even with the warmer weather, all students are learning in safe and comfortable environments, even on day one on Tuesday. We know transportation is also top of mind for many of our families. Over the last year, we've made many improvements to our transportation program to improve how students are picked up and dropped off, and to shorten the amount of time that students ride on a school bus. If any parents are experiencing any transportation issues, we ask that they go to our website and follow directions for transportation help. Finally, even though we've achieved incredible results and our students are thriving, the work isn't done. We've got a lot of work to do. We're going to stay the course and focus on guaranteeing that every student in every school has access to high-quality instruction every single day of the year, and we'll continue to explore innovation through new school models. We're ready for a great school year. Now I'm happy to take your questions. So the school is the safest place for our children and will continue to be so. We also have many protocols that we follow. We follow federal guidance. We have what's called FERPA rules, which means that we protect student information. At the same time, we follow the law. And anybody who comes to our school seeking access needs to get permission from the district level. And then if they have a warrant or something like that, then they will be allowed access. So we'll keep our students safe, but we will follow our regular protocols and we will follow the law. I don't have that exact information, but we'll get that to you. It's somewhere around 10,500 teachers, so we'll get the exact number to you. Necessary order for that. So if there is a warrant or court order, then we will share information according to the law. If it's not, we won't. If it's not according to the law, we will not.
Any other question? Yeah, on the first day of...
So I'm not sure we'll get down to 0 vacancies. We will have, we may have some vacancies. We'll see. Last year was only 28 out of 10,600 teachers. So we won't have a lot of vacancies at the start of the school year.
So, yes. But, when
So we've got a lot of work to do. Yes, we've gone from 93 A and B rated schools to 197, and we have 0 F rated schools. Overall, our families are happy with what's going on, and our students are thriving. So while that is true, we have a lot of work to do. We can't just stop doing what we've been doing and expect things to continue to move forward with the same pace that we've been working. So we're going to continue to do that. I think the commissioner already said we have another 2 years of the intervention, and then it'll be his decision when he starts a transition to an elected board. Yeah, it's incredible data that we only have 28 vacancies last year and we'll only have similar numbers this year. You're talking about not just 10,500 teachers, you're talking about that number times 4 or 5 classrooms per. So we will probably not need any substitutes, and nobody can say that. In 130 of the 273 schools, even if we have vacancies, there will be no substitute teachers because we have 700 teacher apprentices on top of the 10,500 teachers. So that's an incredible number of teachers. The year before my administration, we had 580 teacher vacancies at the start of the school years. Most of those could not be filled even by a substitute. So the fact that we will have maybe a dozen or so vacancies, or a small number of vacancies, if those are vacancies in the NES schools, there won't be any substitutes. I mean, we're talking about a minuscule number of substitutes or vacancies.
talked about school closing. When will we have getting the name?
Yeah, since in the last 7 years, the district has lost about 30,000 students in 7 years or so. And in that time, we haven't closed schools. And so you can imagine some of the schools have very few students or relatively few students or low capacity or utilization, I mean, and we have aging infrastructure. So there will come a time where a school has aging infrastructure to the point and such low capacity that we'll have to close schools. We will bring to the board, the staff right now is looking closely at the entire gamut of schools and facilities and the need, and we will bring to the board some lists probably in the winter.
Can you talk a bit more?
Yeah, we will have a full analysis for you after the start of the school year, since we're right in the middle of it. I can tell you this though, we had approximately 9,000 people come to our job fairs, and from outside the district. So there's lots of people who are interested in working for HISD. There's some internal transfers, as always, but not a lot. And but we'll have a full analysis for you once the school year starts.
Are all three, if not many?
So are you talking about the certification part of HB3?
We're talking about the...
Okay, so on armed security guards, we continue to grow that number. If you'll remember, approached the board with, what is it called? A good cause exception, and we started hiring, I think, 40 teachers for the elementary school. We've always had police officers in our middle schools and high schools, and now we have armed security guards, I think, in 80 of our schools. That number will continue to grow, 100 in our elementary schools, armed guards. We've increased the number of patrol vehicles, weapon detection systems. So we're moving apace to meet the needs of House Bill 3.
Do you have any estimate?
Probably in 2 years from now. I mean, Chief, do you have somewhere around 2 years from now.
Any bus routes for
I don't know the exact answer to that. I know that we have been hiring bus drivers over the summer. I think we have enough bus drivers. So I don't think the Metro partnership has really dug into our numbers of bus drivers here.
How effective is to divide?
It's a great question, and I'm not really sure. We'll see how it impacts. And we'll just have to wait and see how it impacts. I don't think it'll impact us that much. From what I know is that students have been enrolling, teachers have been going to the back to school, or parents have been going to back to school events. So we'll see.
Is online neighborhoods see certain policies?
Yeah, we have a policy part of our website where people can go to visit all of our policies, and it's all in one place. So the website is already up and running, yes. However, there were 88,000 pages in so many different sections, and not all those sections have been culled or completed. So the vast majority of those pages or sections will be up and running on August 12th, but we will continue to be upgrading, I think, all of this month. I'm not quite sure. Right.
Any other question? On the note.
So, do you have the number of Metro bus? So, and as far as the numbers, we've had quite a few more people sign up for transportation. Is it 21,000 now, or what is it who have signed up for transportation? Yeah. Now that will fluctuate, right, as it does every year as people actually sign up. Just because they signed up doesn't mean they will actually ride the bus. They may get a ride from somebody else or move houses or whatever. But it looks like it'll be a lot more than what we had last year. We had 9,000 or so riders last year.
In terms of
I also don't know the answer to that, but and so we can get that number. Remember, a full analysis will be done after the start of the school year. But we have a great process for bringing our teachers working towards certification or new to the district teachers up to speed right away. That is why they're able to get good results, even though they may not be the most experienced teachers. So we're retaining our most experienced and our most effective teachers at higher retention rates. You'll get that information. I can just tell you, though, if you're proficient, if you're evaluated proficient, the retention rate is higher than 85%, when the normal retention rate in a district is around 80%. So we're retaining our most effective teachers, but the new ones we're bringing in, or the teachers working towards certification, they get up to speed right away. That's why we're able to go from 93 A and B campuses to 197 and to eliminate our F campuses, because these teachers, even the new ones, are working effectively given the coaching and the feedback they get on the job.
We're going to do one more question. Good?
You get the last question again.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of our new hires come externally. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I don't have that number, but we don't have that many internal transfers relative to external hires. So it's mostly, I mean, most of the new positions are external hires. People are coming to the district. That's the point. And that's a good thing. All right.
Over here.
Thank you, everybody.